So hello everyone and welcome back once again to the today's session over design of water tank. Okay, so in today's session we are going to discuss about uh, how to design the water tank. Okay, so as you know that the importance of water tank. Okay, so in the surroundings we can see the number of water tanks. So you have to take special care in design of water tank because maybe the failure of the water tank may leads to the loss of life or even loss of money. Okay, so we have to take the important care for the design of water tank. Okay, so in design of water tank, so the water tanks are mainly divided into two parts. So the water tanks mainly divides into two parts. Okay, that is first is uh, it is based on placement, based on the placement of water tank, and one more we have uh, based on shape of water tank. So there are two basic classification of water tank. Okay, so which again divides into the subdivisions. So in the based on placement we have the first one is the water tank resting on ground. In the placement we have the subdivision again, whether the water tank it is resting on ground, then we have water tank that is underground. So sometimes we need to design the underground water tank also. Okay, so first of all the resting on ground, then we have underground, or we have OHT, that is overhead water tank. Okay, so these are three basic uh, subdivisions in the first part, that is based on placement. Okay, then we have the other subdivisions in based on shape of water tank. That is the first one is whether it is circular water tank. So first of all based on shape we have circular water tank, then we have rectangular water tank, rectangular or square. Okay, whatever, rectangular or square. Okay, so these are the subdivisions under comes under based on shape of water tank. Okay, so we are going to discuss, or I am going to conduct the number of problems, okay, over the design of circular water tank and even the design of rectangular water tank resting over ground. Okay, so this is I want to clear. I am going to conduct the problems. Okay, I am going to solve the problems over the circular water tank and over the rectangular water tank or square water tank resting on ground. Okay, so we'll discuss with first of all, that is circular water tank. What is circular water tank? Okay, so first of all, circular water tank. So we have circular water tank. So here again the circular water tanks, it divides into two subdivision. Okay, that is the first one is with flexible base, and we have one more is rigid base. Okay, it is based on the connection between the walls and the base slab. The connection between, so for example we have the wall, the tank, the wall of the tank, okay, which is connected with flexible or the hinged base connection, that is we can say is a flexible connection, or the sliding base. Okay, and we have one more here like the rigid base. Okay, we have like it is called as rigid base, and both has to carry, the wall has to carry the water pressure, the wall has to resist the water pressure, that is nothing but gamma W into H. gamma W into H, where H is nothing but height of the water tank, where H is nothing but height of the water table, we can say. H is nothing but height of the water table. Okay. Are you getting my point now? So based on the shape, we have circular water tank and rectangular water tank. So we are going to discuss about what is circular water tank. Again, the circular water tank divides into two combinations, that is flexible base or rigid base. So it is what the connection between the base slab and the walls, what you provide, the vertical walls and the base slab, based on that we have the difference whether it is the rigid connected or it is flexible connected. Okay, so still I want to elaborate that. You can see here, and it has to carry the same water pressure gamma W into H for a height of water table H. So you can say this is height of water table. Okay, then still if I want to elaborate that, okay, if you see the connection design here, if you see the connection, so in the flexible base, how the connection is provided between the base slab and the vertical walls. So we have the wall here. Okay, this is the wall, and the connection provided, it will be like this. So this is the base slab, this is the base slab. Okay, I'll use in other color. So this will be the base slab. Okay, this is the base slab now, and this is the vertical wall. So this is the wall, and this is the base slab. Now what you can see here, what you can see, there is no connection between wall and base slab. Okay, there will be filler material here. Okay, are you getting my point? So there is no connection between the rigid connection between wall and the base slab. So that's what is called as flexible connection, or the wall can slide. The wall can slide because there is a flexible connection. And if you consider the rigid base, what will be the connection here? If it is a rigid base, what will happen? So we have the vertical wall again, then we have the base slab. We have the base slab. What you can see here. Here we have the base slab like this. So this is the base slab, and over that the wall is connected. Are you getting my point? So this is the connection joint. So that time what they will do, the reinforcement will be here. The reinforcement will be here. It will be provided like, the reinforcement will be provided like so the extra haunch will be provided here. Extra haunch will be provided if it is a rigid base. So the reinforcement will be generally provided like this, the additional reinforcement. And the reinforcement from wall, it allows to pass through the base slab. This is regarding the detailing part. Okay, and the reinforcement for base slab. Okay, so what is happening here? We are providing rigid connection between the junction of base slab and vertical wall. So this is a vertical wall and this is a base slab. So we are providing the rigid connection between the base slab and vertical wall. But what is happening here? What is happening here? So the reinforcement will be for this separate, and for this it will be separate. It will be like this. Okay. So what is happening? There is no junction of reinforcement here. There is no junction of reinforcement, or there is no crossing over reinforcement from wall to base slab. So what will happen? It is not connected with base slab. The wall is not connected with base slab. But what you can see here? What you can see here? The reinforcement passing through the base slab, and even the base slab reinforcement is crossing the reinforcement of wall. So what will happen? Because of that, it will become a rigid connection. It will become a rigid connection. So this is regarding this is one difference to understand what is flexible base and what is rigid base. So we have one more this thing, so that I would like to explain here. So in flexible base, so for flexible base, so here the walls are free to expand. Free to expand means walls are free to expand as the joint, as the joint is joint between the wall and floor, so that is between wall and floor or the base slab, okay, is flexible, okay, correct. So the walls are free to expand here, so that's what is called as flexible joint. So if I want to say here, so what will happen here, suppose if you have the water tank with flexible base, okay, and it will be subjected to the water pressure like this. So because of that water pressure, the base of the wall, it may expand, so it may behave, so this part will try to come out, so it may expand like this. Okay, so this is called as expansion, expand. So because of the flexible connection or the flexibility in the joint, because of the flexibility in the joint, so that's what is called as flexible base. And we have one more, that is rigid base. Next is, if it is rigid base, what will happen if it is rigid base? Okay, if it rigid base, the side walls are restricted to, okay, the restricted to slide or restricted by providing fixity, As I told you, how you generate the fixity there, how you make that joint as fixed, because of the reinforcement crossing each other, that is the reinforcement from side wall and even the base slab will cross each other and it will generate the fixity in the wall. Okay, so for example, in this case, what will happen, the behavior will be, so I would like to show you here. So I would like to elaborate. Like this, and again subject to base pressure. So what will the behavior here now? The behavior of the water tank will be, it will be like this. This is because of what? The joint, here you can see the joint is not allowed to slide because of the fixity. The restricted by providing fixity in the joint. Clear? Now this is the difference between the design of water tank, if it is a flexible base, and if it is a rigid base. Okay, and if you want to see the behavior here regarding the behavior part, so what you can see here, yes, this is very important. Okay, so we have two sketch here. Okay, one is for hoop tension. I'll explain what is hoop tension later on. Hoop tension, and one more is for vertical bending. Okay, now we have two lines here. one line, another line. Okay, this behavior what you can see here, you can see the bulging or the bending, how it is deflected. It is because of what? Hinged base. Because what is happening here? Here, because at the junction the wall is allowed to bulge or wall is allowed to bend or deflect. That's why we can see the maximum deflection at midspan here, because it is a flexible base. And if you see the fixed base, here it is restricted at the junction, the wall is restricted. So what will happen? We can see the maximum deflection towards the top of the tank. So you can see the shape of the deflection. You can see the shape of the deflection or the hoop stress. Okay, here we have the maximum stress or the deflection. And regarding the bending, okay, so this again what you can see, this is for flexible base. This is for flexible base. Where is the maximum? Here we are again, because if it is behave as a cantilever, then we get near support. Okay, here we can see the bending of the wall because of the water. This thing is here flexible, so we get the maximum bending here. Okay, but if you see in the fixed base condition, because of it is fixed, so it will behave as a propped cantilever. So what you can see, here we have the negative tension. Here we have the negative tension. So here, in case of the flexible base, we can see the positive bending, positive tension. But in case of fixed, we have the negative tension near joint, and again you have the positive tension above this level. Okay, so what does it mean? Because of the fixity, it will develop the negative bending also at the support. So this is a change in the behavior because of the flexible base and rigid base. Okay, so one more thing important here. Okay, so as I told you, the tanks has to resist the water pressure which will act along the periphery of the wall. Okay, so that is the pressure will be gamma W into H. Okay, suppose if you have the circular water tank, we have the circular water tank, and this pressure P, whatever this pressure P will act along the periphery of the wall. Because of the water pressure, the walls has to resist the water pressure, that is P, because this P will generate at the each point of the water tank. Okay, so here we have the water pressure gamma W into H for height H. So as you see here, the pressure is maximum at the base. Towards top if you go, the pressure is decreasing, and this pressure, so whatever pressure P, it is gamma W into H. Okay, this pressure causes a hoop tension on walls. Causes a pressure hoop tension on wall. This pressure P causes hoop tension on wall. So what do you mean by hoop tension? Means when the pressure acts over the periphery of the wall, that time the wall try to bulge or try to deflect. So that time that stress developed, that deflected stress part or the bulging of the water tank is called as the hoop stress. Okay, so how it will affect the design part, that we are going to discuss now. Okay, so for example, we have this the small element of circular water tank. What you can see, it's a circular water tank here, the small piece of wall, that is for circular water tank. And when the water try to pressurize the wall here, as I told you, along the periphery. So I would like to show you once again here. Okay, try to pressurize like this. So that time it will travel the pressure will be like this along the periphery of the wall. So that is nothing but the T, that is hoop tension T. So it will travel in opposite direction. So this may travel like this and this may travel like this. So along the periphery of the wall. So what you can see here, so this is the hoop tension. It will develop the tension in the vertical walls of the water tank because of the pressure, whatever the pressure generated along the periphery of the circular water tank, okay, that will develop the tension in the water tank, and we have to design the reinforcement to resist this tension, whatever the tension applied in the opposite direction over the wall for the height of 1 meter. So we have to design the pressure, we have to consider the pressure for the height of wall, and you have to design the walls of the water tank to carry this tension, okay. So this is regarding the hoop tension, how the tension developed in the water tank, okay. So one more, as I shown you before, I would like to show that, yes, here you can see hoop tension. So this is very important, hoop tension. So they have given the profile or the path of the bending of the wall if it is a flexible base and if it is fixed base or rigid base. So what you can see here, this is the shape of, so where we will get maximum hoop tension, it will be at the middle of the water tank, okay, middle of the wall in case of it is flexible base. And if you see the rigid base, because the base is rigid, so it is shifted towards the top. So the deflection or the bending or the hoop stress, what you can see, it is the shifted towards the top of the wall. But here in case of flexible base, it is maximum at the mid part of the vertical wall. So this is regarding how the flexible the hoop tension develops if it is flexible base and if it is rigid base, okay. Now regarding this, again, if you get any queries, so you can write it over comment box or you can contact me, okay. Thank you very much.